Yeah, I mean, we were talking about it all week of me playing a little bit at the four. Whatever the coaches need me to do to help us win, I'm there for. So I just came in, did everything I could, and it helped out.
Tyler, what were your thoughts on what happened at the end of that first half there? Obviously not a good play, but you kind of stuck up for your teammate and went on a 6-0 run to end the half.
It was just basketball. Things got a little physical, got a little heated. I was just sticking up for my teammate, just like anybody else would.
Jason, I want to go back to the advantage you guys had in the paint. Was that something you guys had looked ahead and said, that's something we should be able to take advantage of against Morgan State?
Yeah, Coach preaches day in and day out physicality, beating them on the glass. So we went into the game knowing that we were going to have a size advantage, especially with me and Charles both in at the 4 and 5. So we just took advantage of that, and I think it helped us a lot in this game.
And was that pivotal considering some of the injuries you guys had up in the backcourt?
Yeah, we're always a next man up mentality. Obviously a great player, but Rod going down, everybody has to step up, and I think we did a great job with that.
Kind of building on all that, the offensive rebounding that you guys were able to have, did you feel like you kind of wore them down a little bit and kind of kept them in check a bit that way?
Yeah, definitely. I think, every shot going up, we have 4 or 5 guys crashing every time, and I just don't think they were ready for that, and I think we did a great job on the boards.
Yeah, credit Morgan. We couldn't shake them. Look, we rebounded the ball well, and thought for the most part we did a good job defensively. We got a little scattered late. One thing we're still learning is if we don't finish at the rim, you put your transition defense in jeopardy. I thought we had some plays where we didn't score the ball at the rim, and then they made us play in transition. So hopefully we can learn from that. But a lot of guys did a good job. We're clearly playing undermanned right now, or I don't know if it's the right word. Or we have guys playing different positions than probably what they thought. So we just got to kind of get through it until we get some pieces back.
Matt.
What do you feel about Dylan's play tonight?
Yeah, he's got to play better. I thought we had two really good practices on Friday, Saturday, and we didn't do a good job of attacking the ball screen. I thought he played around with the ball too much. In Radier's absence, he's got to be more decisive. He's a good passer. He made a couple of tough shots, which he's capable of doing. But I just think it's a hard position to play. It's one you're gonna, kind of under the most scrutiny. But we had a couple of inopportune turnovers, and he's getting there. It's still only his seventh game.
Jake.
It seemed like Makai's athleticism and length was really on display tonight with the rebounds, steals, blocks. What do you think of his performance?
Yeah, he's doing a good job. I mean, he was playing center last year around this time when we went after we had signed him. I remember watching him in an event in Chicago. He was playing center. Now we got him playing point guard. We played point guard against Wake Forest, North Texas. I mean, he's going to be a good player. He's still a little bit like Bambi on ice out there, but he is he's active. He's a tough kid. He's doing a good job.
Hey, Scary, you're from Boston. Dennis Johnson played center in high school. Maybe that's who he'll turn into.
That would be pretty good. That'd be pretty good.
With some of the absences you had in the backcourt, how difficult was it to get the contributions you did from the guys in the front court today?
Yeah, I mean, really proud of Chase Parr. I thought he was a difference in the game. He especially aggressively attacked the rim. Thought our staff did a good job talking this week about, hey, let's try to play him and Charlie together. That's a little harder to do sometimes against smaller teams, but I thought Chase did a good job. He's been through a lot the last couple years, and he's playing with a tear in his knee right now. But he hasn't missed practices. He's getting through it, so I was happy to see him have success.
Pat, the spark there at the end of the first half kind of coincided with a little scuffle there as well. It's all the ejection. What did you make of just those couple minutes, and how important do you think they were?
Yeah, I mean, they're all look. I didn't see exactly what happened. We just, just guys have to, both teams are playing hard and got good players. Just you want to make sure guys keep their emotions in check. I think for us, Pat, it's really right now is can we take care of the ball? That was okay. There's some inopportune ones when we didn't, so we couldn't shake them. And then we've got to, ultimately with this group, it's got our ability to finish within the 8-foot area has to, I feel like I just ran a triathlon. I want to put my head right through this whatever this is. We're so much better than we're showing finishing around the rim. When we lose to Wake Forest just last week, and we out-rebound an ACC team by 19. But we had so many shots at the rim. So it's not like we're not playing hard, although you're supposed to play hard. We're capable of playing better. And honestly, like Charlie, we're not winning without Charlie. Charlie's going to play better. He's got to score the ball the way he's capable of scoring the ball. And then the other guys, I think, will follow suit.
So when you're looking at this and it's 21 offensive rebounds and 18 second chance points, you're sitting here wondering where there's an extra 10 points in there, basically.
Yeah, right. And the other piece is when you're compressed down on the rim with a lot of bodies, and if we happen to smoke a layup, we're in harm's way in transition because we only got 5 guys. If 3 of them are within 8 feet and we blow that, they're coming at you. And it seemed like we had a couple of those where then it like turns into a long 3 or an and 1. So we just gotta get better at that.
Coach, talk about May's 2 threes. He hasn't been shooting the ball that well, but I thought that really, that was when the game began.
Yeah, it's separated. I thought he showed a lot of courage. He's rebounding and guarding really well. I do believe he's going to eventually make shots. He stays in the gym. He did. That showed a lot of courage. Clearly, like him and Tejada are going to be guys throughout the season that we're going to play a lot and we're going to lean on them. We're just kind of expecting a lot of them right now.
Matt. Good. Jake, Matt, go ahead.
No, I mean, do you feel like he was pressing before those 2 threes?
I'm one of these guys, like I'll tell him all the time, like, you know what your confidence is? Your minutes. If you get minutes, there's your confidence. So you're playing 30-something minutes, you're getting shots, just play. I like that he's been good defensively, and I like that he's rebounding the ball. I think if he does those things, eventually the ball will go in the basket. We had Fobbs a couple of years ago who was an elite player, played both ends of the floor. I think he missed his first 18 threes to start the season, and eventually he'll catch a rhythm,
It seems like it's kind of been a trend over the last 2 seasons that Charles kind of gets going as the season goes on. Is it something that you're like, all right, he's going to be good, or is it something that you're like, no, we got to score now, like you got to improve right now?
Yeah, tonight was the Super Bowl. Friday night is a Super Bowl. I'm not really like worried about this. Ain't like an 82-game season. I mean, I know we got to play our best in March, but I'm not like, no, he's got to play like the most valuable guy that he is. He wants to do it. He works like it. He's just got to. I want to see him put people in the rim all the time.
Ben, last question. How optimistic are you get some clarity on this situation?
Yeah, I hope we got. It's going to be a great story for you to write. Where we haven't gotten word. We got 4. Like I told you before, we have 4 guards that are out right now. So we're a little dysfunctional position-wise. I think he's sat out enough games. We're waiting for a response. I do believe that our people at the university and beyond, if we don't get the word we want, will keep fighting it. It would be tragic for him not to get the word that we think and be ready to play. Once again, he's a one-time transfer. He physically has been at one school, Coppin. That's it. So hopefully we get good news tomorrow. You can see we clearly can use him.